The presentation editor has several tabs across the top. Playlist, Fields, CSS, JavaScript, HTML, Fonts, Properties. The Playlist tab is the default tab. Every presentation has a playlist with at least one image or video. You can add as many images or videos to a presentation as you'd like. Images and video need to be either 1920 by 1080 pixels or 2160 by 3840 pixels. To add media to Menuboard Manager, click the Add Media button. Select the media from your PC to upload. The media will be added to the Finder below. Notice the breadcrumbs showing you the directory path that you've uploaded the media into. Next, drag media from the directory into the playlist. You can also double-click the media to add media to the playlist. Image files will have a duration property, where you can define the timing of the image in the playlist before the next image is played. Videos play in their entirety. You can drag media in the playlist to rearrange them in any order. To remove media from the playlist, click the minus icon on the top right of the media file in the playlist after selecting it. You need to save the presentation after making changes in the presentation editor. To undo, just refresh the page in the browser and it will be reverted back to the last saved version. The Fields tab is where you create dynamic text fields. Dynamic text fields are useful for making prices and other text in the presentation dynamic. If you're using point-of-sale integration for automatic price updates, you'll want to make a number field for every price so that the price can be used with the integration. Number fields are used for prices and do not allow non-numeric characters. Text fields can be used for either text or numerals. Both field types support integrations. After creating a dynamic text field, name the field and then enter the numeric or text value in the value field. Show on the price sheet is on by default. If you prefer not to include a field on the price sheet, set the field value to off. Next, on the field, define one or more classes for the field. Classes and CSS values will be declared in the CSS tab. I'm going to declare a prices class on each one of these fields. Then, use drag and drop fields to position the fields in the preview below. The positioning class and corresponding CSS will be automatically generated when you drag and drop, which makes it quick and easy to make the positioning. The POS ID field is where you can enter the relevant point-of-sale ID when using point-of-sale integration. Checkmark no leading zero to omit any leading zeros from the text displayed on screen. Checkmark no leading decimal to omit any leading decimal from the text displayed on screen, for example when showing a cents-only value. Conveniently, you can export the fields as CSV file. And you can import fields from a CSV file. The not applicable switch is for marking number or text fields as not available. For example, if you need to 86 an item off the menu. By enabling the not applicable switch, a small overlay will be displayed over the dynamic text. You can customize the overlay text in the presentation properties. The CSS tab is where you make CSS related to classes that are declared on the fields. Use standard CSS to style the dynamic text. For example, font size, color, positioning, rotation. The JavaScript tab is used to add custom JavaScript code, which has many uses including timing, integrations, and more. The HTML tab can be used to add custom HTML code to the presentation. There are many reasons to add HTML to your presentations, such as a social media feed, map, clock, and more. Integration is supported even with HTML using the merge fields. The Fonts tab is where you select fonts to be used with dynamic text fields. Once you add fonts to a presentation, you can use them in your CSS. You can add custom fonts using the Fonts Manager if you have permission. In the Properties tab, you can enable several advanced features. Use external input provides a method to create a live video zone using a physical input via the HDMI input on a Samsung monitor. Only Samsung monitors support external input at this time. Use streaming feed is used to make a network video feed zone. Live video feeds are only supported on BrightSign using the RTSP protocol. SyncPlay is used to sync Samsung units to create a video wall effect. By enabling SyncPlay and setting a matching group ID to all the units, you can sync multiple units. SyncPlay requires a 1 gigabit wired network. SyncPlay is used to sync Samsung units to create a video wall effect. By enabling SyncPlay and setting a matching group ID to all the units, you can sync multiple units. SyncPlay requires a 1 gigabit wired network. Only one video in each presentation is supported, and all videos that are synchronized need to be the same duration. With drag and drop fields enabled, you move fields in the preview via drag and drop. Enable the feature. Then, hover over any dynamic text field and you'll see a green outline that you can click and drag. Some CSS will be automatically generated in the CSS tab every time you move the field via drag and drop. The Preview Orientation selector changes the preview from landscape to portrait. This is for the preview only.